Welcome everybody to another video here on Archive Gaming, and on this one I thought I'd talk about my next Let's Play for Romance 14, who I'm gonna go with. And I wanted to say with the last playthrough, the Cao Qian playthrough with the split of the Cao family, that one I think I'm gonna call it there. I might come back to it, but for now I'm just gonna move on because I think that one's kind of I my window of opportunity kind of closed on that one, so I think at this point I'm gonna be locked into a defensive battle until the very end. So I might do an upload here and there for it when I have the time, but I'm gonna shift my focus onto a new one. So with this new one, I was thinking about it, you know, because like I've said in my last video before the Cao Qian one, I have like a humongous list of which ones I want to get to. But for this one here, we're gonna go with someone I have rarely played with. And it was actually a challenge because I was trying to figure out what the best time period for this force was. So I'm gonna go with Liu Biao, you know, a ruler of Jing, and we're gonna use him in the Rise of Cao Cao 196. And it was a pretty close call because I was considering I wasn't sure. I knew I wanted to use him, right? But I wasn't sure when to use him, the when part. And the reason I wanted to use him because he's located in central Jing, right in almost smack dab in the middle of China, really. So he can kind of operate in a lot of different theaters at the same time. You know, he can operate in Jiangdong, on the southeastern part of the map. You can go west and try to invade Shu. You can involve yourself in the central plains, so you can kind of meddle. You know, you can play the role of the meddler and just butt your head into other people's affairs, right, everywhere on the map. And I was like, that's what I'd like to do on this next one. So that led me to Liu Biao, someone I haven't used in a long, definitely not in this game, obviously. Probably not since Romance 8 or 7. I do remember that. It's the most, one of the best things about using him is that he can really give you options about where you want to go. The only thing is that you can get kind of bogged down where if you try to take on too many things at once, you can kind of get overrun, right? Because you're in Jing, you're in the center, so that while that's a positive, that's also a negative. That's also a drawback. You're in the center, so you have to really watch your fronts and stuff. And yeah, so the other thing I was considering with him is what time period, because you can see here I'm going to go with 196, and the other two time periods I was thinking of was 194 Warlords, which everybody knows Warlords. You know, if you've played any of the games, it's always a base scenario. It's probably a fan favorite. Everyone I talk to who plays the game, they love playing the Warlord scenario. But the reason I didn't go with Warlords is because Sun Ce is still in his infancy in the 194, like he's just getting started. So I kind of wanted to have someone at least on the eastern side that could be a threat. So I wanted to make sure that Sun Ce was at least somewhat established, so that I could at least look forward to some battles there, and not, you know, because depending on the game, sometimes Sun Ce will just get mired in Lu Jiang and his starting point in Warlords, and he'll never really expand, or it'll just take him too long, to where by the time you head over there it's kind of trivial, you know. And I'm not sure if it would play out this way, that way in this game. I know he just got an event that's supposed to help him conquer Jiangdong. I don't know if it completely conquers it or not, because I haven't checked it out yet. But, you know, 196 I figure. The other scenario I was looking at was 202, which was the split of the, let me see, I can load it up here, the split of the Yuans. That's another DLC one. And that one was my initial thought. The Hebei conflict, that's what it's called. Okay, well, And that's 202. That one's after Yuan Shao, and you know, Yuan Shao's sons are fighting for inheritance. And the reason I was thinking of going with this one at first was I thought it'd be kind of fun to use to try to keep Liu Bei in it against Cao Cao and kind of help him, you know, keep my buffer, use him as a buffer state and kind of keep him alive while I focused on, you know, having a showdown with Sun Quan. But honestly, the reason I didn't take this one on is because I'm not sure if I can handle it. You know, I was looking at it and I was like, you know, at 202, Sun Quan's pretty much established. He's got 58 officers, he's got a ton of officers, he's got troops, he's pretty much overtaken Liu Biao in terms of raw power. So I'm already going to be fighting from, it's already going to be a slogfest, you know, it's going to be a tough battle. And I just don't know if I'd be able to supply Liu Bei like I'm thinking. You know, I'm thinking in my mind like, oh yeah, piece of cake, I'll be able to keep him alive. Like I've done in older games where I just choose a buffer state and I supply it and keep it alive. But I'm like, no, if I make some mistakes and Cao Cao absorbs Liu Bei quickly and, you know, it can go downhill. It can fall apart pretty fast. So yeah, I figured I'll try 196 at first. And then maybe, you know, eventually I'll come back and I'll try 202 as Liu Biao and see, you know, if this one turns out alright, then I'll graduate basically and I can try the 202 one. But until then, I'm just gonna try the 196 because I feel like me and Sun Ce are kind of even in terms of territory, at least. I mean, his officer corps is still a lot better, but he hasn't pulled away as much as in the 202. In the 202, Sun Quan's already pulled away. He's way ahead of me. And the problem is that you also have to deal with Cao Cao. So even this one should be fairly challenging because Sun Ce is established. He's gonna be coming for me sooner or later. And you're in the center, so Liu Zhang might invade just because I'm a player force, right? So he might invade sooner or later. You know, it'll still be challenging, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. And Liu Biao's force is pretty interesting. Like I said, I'm not familiar with his stable of officers. I know he's got Huangzong, of course. I know that's like the pivot, the driving point of the army. He doesn't have Gan Ning yet. That's why I didn't go with the 198. I was also looking at 198, and I was like, no, because then he's got Gan Ning, and I've used Gan Ning a lot. And Gan Ning can win you like cities by himself, easily. I don't know. I don't know about Huangzong. I'm assuming Huangzong can probably do the same thing, but it's a new officer. To me, he's fresh, you know. So it'll be interesting for me to use him, and he's got some good officers. I mean, nothing stands out. Everything's kind of middle of the road, right? Like D plus C tier, somewhere around there. But he's got a lot of role players. You know, nobody stands out, but everyone's got certain roles that they fulfill. And Liu Biao himself, he's not that bad. He's got some awesome traits. His stats are actually pretty good. So I do plan to use him in combat. I like this, 8 geniuses. He can recover wounded and he can buff defense at the same time. And he's got defensive formations. He's got ring and crane to help with that trigger when you trigger that. And he's also got ram, which like I've noticed in this game, if you want to raise an officer's leadership up quickly, use ram formation. I mean siege formation, not necessarily ram, but any sieges. Officers that use siege formations, their leadership stats skyrocket very quickly. And that's another thing too. He does have the geographic advantage. Probably the most interesting geographic advantage for me. He's got academic, which increases doctrine XP and just subordinate XP. It's only by an extra 5%, but you know, it's I don't want to say negligible. I feel like it's going to contribute somewhat. I think his guys have Imperial Academies, his 2 advisors. So, let's see. Okay, 1 guy, 1 can. He's got Imperial Academy. Just 1 person? Okay, 2 people. So we can go Imperial Academy at level 6. Oh, 3 people. Imperial Academy at level 8. Okay, so we can really stack that experience boost for our officers. At least until we need to go to war by sea. And then we'll probably have to abandon that once, I'm assuming once Sun Ce either pushes Yuan Shu out of the way or something happens there. So, yeah, it should be interesting. I'm already thinking about what I wanna try. I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to invade Liu Zhang early and see if I can knock him out. Try to see if I can overtake him and absorb his officers, and then I'd have somewhere around 60. And then see, you know, just keep an eye on the Central Plains, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with 196 Rise of Cao Cao as Liu Biao, and probably gonna do a live stream for it for the first video, and it'll probably be this weekend. So I'm probably gonna say same time as usual, noon on Saturday. And then after that we'll just do regular uploads, but you know, don't worry about catching the live stream. Either way, it'll be uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, look forward to that one starting on Saturday. And like I said, the Cao Xiang, the last Let's Play, I will probably upload it sporadically from now on, maybe once a week or so, just to see, because I'm kind of curious to see, you know, at what point I'll actually get overrun in that one. So, but yeah, guys, hope you're enjoying the content, and we'll see you on this Let's Play on the next one.